We are going to be talking about detaching, the law of detachment, and how to detach using psychology, neuroscience, and quantum physics. We're going to be doing the law of detachment. So, I'm going to focus on relationships. If you are struggling in a relationship, want a relationship, or feeling heartbroken, I am going to talk about all of that and how to detach. And sometimes we need to detach with love. I'm going to get to that too. Sometimes it's like something is over and we just need to detach with love. That is one of the things that I always talk about with my clients during the grieving process. It's like, or if someone's just really pissed you off, like, can you detach with love? Can you? How to? So we're going to get into all of that, but it is something that will really change your life once you master detachment. And a lot of you guys, it's like, how do I manifest this and how do I manifest? You can't really manifest anything without understanding the law of detachment. So detachment is really about making space for what you want in your life. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but when you detach from the outcomes, from all these things, from chasing energy, from scarcity and lack, which are all survival mechanisms and survival energy, and we want to stay out of survival energy. You can't get what you want out of life. You can't thrive in any area of your life if there's too much attachment going on. So we're detaching to make space for whatever we want in our life, and the highest and best outcome comes from detaching. And we detach with grateful expectation. The best analogy is when you go to a restaurant, you put in your order, get excited about it because you know it's coming and it's going to be delicious and it's going to be wonderful. That is the law of detachment in one sentence, really, is thinking of it that way. Like, you know that you're going to get what you want, and maybe it'll take a little bit longer, maybe it'll come really fast, but you know that. And then let's say your order's wrong. Then it's like, oh, all you have to say is, oh, you just autocorrect a little bit, and then you get your order right. No big deal. So that's how it is. And it's the other analogy I like is that if you hold sand, right? If you can scoop up sand and hold sand, you can hold a lot more sand if you're just holding it loosely and creating space for it. The minute you try to grip it, all of that sand falls through your fingers, right? So we have to think of the law of detachment that way. If we can just create space for it, but not cling to it, then we'll be good. Hey guys, thanks for joining. So we want to get all types of desperate energy or any type of energy that is associated with survival out of your energy field, because that is the opposite of law of detachment. So we want to have a very peaceful, calm energy about it. And when we're in these calm states, our amygdala is really calm. So the first thing that we're going to do, because amygdala activation is where fear comes from. So we want to keep all of that very grounded. And so the first thing that you're going to do, the first principle for the law of detachment, and this is how I work with my clients, and it's been amazing, like working with my clients using this framework, is that know that everything is working out in your favor. If you don't get anything else, and this is why I put this thing as number one, I'm not like, wait till the end. Like, really, this is, if you just know this one thing and really know, trust, and believe that everything is always working out in your favor. Abraham Hicks talks about this all the time. That shit is real. It's not just some floofy, like, oh, everything's... No, if you really know and are grounded and rooted in the fact that everything is working out in your favor, you can really experience and understand and know the law of detachment. So everything is working out in your favor. And yes, every challenge is making you stronger. We want to get out of victim. Sometimes I think of it as like a bratty type of energy, like victim energy, like, oh, well, this bad thing happened to me. So no, that bad thing came into or that challenge or that obstacle happened to help you grow, to help you become a higher and better version of yourself. So everything is working. That thing that you want, you'll get there when you learn the lesson. Are you strengthened in the way that you're supposed to strengthen? Or you let go of whatever you're supposed to let go of? So that challenge is actually working in your favor. So knowing that is very helpful. So, or even that heartbreak. I mean, heartbreak is the hardest one. And I mean, I really feel honored when I work with clients that are moving through that, because when you experience heartbreak, you can really understand yourself on a deeper level, what you want, need, and deserve. And also, Heartbreak allows you, I know it's painful and I know it's uncomfortable, but it allows you to understand real love. And it helps you to understand what you want, need, and deserve in a relationship that makes you feel safe and supported, and where it's positively contributing to your evolution, right? But in that heartbreak, if we could learn those things and actually make space, sometimes like your heart breaks open and allows you to really experience true love. And we couldn't have known that or even felt that or even understood that on any level if we didn't, hi guys, if we didn't, got it, if we didn't have that heartbreak. So it's really important to know that everything, and even any dating experience can help you. Sometimes people get caught up in like, oh, this shitty dating experience, I hate dating. Dating is an opportunity for you to be deeper into your divine masculine energy, or your divine feminine energy, whichever one you identify with more. So really knowing that every experience, whether it's uncomfortable or not, is there working in your favor, and everything is truly working out in your favor. If you take nothing from this, please know that. And that will help you master the law of detachment at any time. You could look at any situation. Everything is working out in my favor. Every challenging person is a reflection of you. Every challenging situation or person is a reflection of unresolved trauma that you're still holding on to, which means you're bringing the past into the present moment. And it's going to keep, and not in a good way, and it's going to keep doing that until you release it. So these challenging moments and situations and people are helping you become the highest and best version of yourself. Like, okay, I can get rid of this now. I can let this go. Or a challenging person, something that you're triggered by, or a situation is helping you. That's shadow work in real time. There's a lot of creators like, do shadow work. You know what? Shadow work happens in real time when you're triggered. So if you are triggered, know that everything's working out in your favor by showing you an aspect of yourself that you don't like, or that you don't want to look at, that you get to release. How great is that? So you don't have to carry that with you anymore, and you don't have to be triggered by that anymore. I want everyone, all my clients, students, anyone that watches any of my content, to get to a place where they have detached, unbothered energy. What I call unbothered energy is really mastering the law of detachment. So being aware of that. And so when we're triggered, we have these opportunities to bring what's unconscious into our consciousness. So it's not bothering us in the background, and we're not creating space for all of this irritation and noise that we don't need. So first, I'm going to repeat, the first thing is always know that everything is working out in your favor. And when you truly know that, you can shift your self-concept and your identity and therefore your nervous system shifts into someone that's relaxed and peaceful all the time. You can create what you want. You could manifest from a relaxed state. If you have listened to any type of manifesting book or person, they always mention this. You have to be in a relaxed and peaceful state. When you surrender, you get the thing. Okay, so if you do number one, know that everything is working out in your favor, then you shift into it. You literally are changing your self-concept, your identity, your relationship with your experience and reality to one of, and therefore your nervous system is completely regulated to one of someone that is a peaceful, relaxed state, because you know that everything is working out in your favor. And I'm reading my notes here because I just got this big download and was taking all these notes, and that everything is working out in your favor. So all those difficult things you can be grateful for. Gratitude moves mountains. So when you can be grateful for something and be like, oh yeah, that experience, maybe it sucked in the moment, but it made me so much better than I am right now. And when you can shift into a gratitude state, you are alchemizing your life. It's like taking this piece of lead and turning it into gold immediately. And it's like, yeah. And guess what? Like attracts like. So this is also the law of resonance. So it's like when you can be grateful for something and see that everything's working out in your favor, things do. That's your primary beliefs. It's not even, I don't want to say belief, it's your knowing. It's your inner knowing that everything's working out for you. You're relaxed, you're calm, and you're in a flow state. Okay? This is talked about in neuroscience, quantum physics, everywhere you hear this flow state. That can happen when you trust. And the law of detachment is about trust. And that's why I put it, because it's like, oh, it sounds kind of nebulous, like, oh, trust. But if you think of it as everything is working out in your favor, your nervous system gets regulated, you identify as someone where everything is always working out in your favor, and it does, because like attracts like. And I want you to commit to getting out of chasing desperate energy, because that is a scarcity mindset. We don't chase things. We're not like a raccoon in the trash looking for what we want, because no. We're allowing ourselves to become what we want in that version of ourselves. So if you are that way, so let's say you're wanting a certain dollar amount in your bank account. If you think of it like, chasing and desperate energy is very repulsive. You know that from people that, have been like, have a chasing energy around you, or trying like just needy type, you're like, get away. But if they just are who they are and confidently own, you're like, oh, I like being around this person. This is comfortable and enjoyable. So it's the same with the universe or anything that you're trying to attract into your life. When you come at it with this energy of knowingness, where you shift your self-concept into that person, it's so much easier. It's easier to get what you want out of that situation. So we're getting out of this desperate chasing energy, and know that those are survival energies. And we're in a place where we're thriving. I want you, anyone that's watching this, all my clients, students, anyone that comes into contact with me, you are in a thriving state. And all of these things that I'm giving you, all of these tools, are for you to thrive, not being in a survival state where you're literally pushing things away. And another thing, okay, this is the third or fourth thing, but here is the kicker. And people either love hearing this or they hate hearing this, but it is the truth. When you take full responsibility for your life and know that you've created everything in your life, and this gets kind of deep, because I believe that not only have I created everything in my life, but even all the challenges and shitty things I had and shitty past, whatever, I chose those parents. I chose those circumstances to help me grow and evolve. So if you can come at it from that angle, like, oh, okay, well, I chose all of these things. I chose the heartbreak. I chose the narcissist to help me understand true love. I have a course on narcissism. I specialize in helping people heal from narcissistic abuse and abusive relationships, because I know that it's part of your spiritual journey and your evolution. And narcissists and toxic people can be the best thing that ever happened to you. I know that might sound crazy. It could be the best thing that ever happened to you, because you could all of a sudden skyrocket when you understand that when that person has gaslit you so much. Thank you for the hearts. When someone has gaslit you and you're just at the depths of fucking despair with a situation, that's where you can understand true love. That's where you can understand true unconditional love and what that really is. And so, you know what? I'm grateful for I have stories about just like past abuse and like from relationships, child, whatever. And I'm so grateful for it, because it has expanded my heart. It's burst my heart open, and I'm able to teach things. I'm able to help other people know how to love themselves and heal from the worst things. So it gave me that gift. And I know that there's any type of trauma, challenge, or obstacle that you have, there is a gift in there. So why not take responsibility for it and be like, okay, well, I created this. I chose this lesson, I signed up for this, and I'm super grateful, and I'm fucking courageous, and I'm awesome. So if you can come at it from that angle and take full responsibility as the creator, as the magical, amazing creator of your life, things just immediately fall into place. And it's also really empowering. I love the shift when I see in people and like some of my clients, when I'm like, okay, you are the creator of this. You chose this challenge. You chose this like asshole because you wanted to level up that much. So when that happens and I see that shift, like that energy shift, and they feel so empowered, that's what I want from you. That's the realization that I want you to have. And again, it loops back to step number 1. Everything's working out in your favor and making you the best fucking version of yourself. Like, that's all you need to remember. So taking responsibility. Now, I do have some people that are like, fuck you, blah, 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 like, and I didn't choose this. What do you mean? Yeah, you did. And you could either stay in a victim state and think like, oh, poor me. And like, you know what? I was in a victim state for a long time. It is a phase of healing where you get to feel so sorry for yourself. I'm just saying, don't stay there for a long time, and find someone that could support you in your journey for healing. We don't want to stay in a victim state, because you know what that does? It makes you bitter and mean, and it ages you, and it makes you sick. It literally like derails your nervous system and your immune system. So we can't stay there. But It's okay to have a little victim-y phase and kick and scream and get out of you. We just don't want to stay there. Because when you do, you're just going to be thinking that everything is outside of you. And you can control your life. You're creating your life. You don't control other people, but you are the creator of your life. Okay, so, and we're getting out of those survival stages. And then the other one is letting go of the illusion of control. So part of your new self-concept and this identity shift that you have is that you don't give a fuck. And I'm telling you, it is so nice and liberating when you truly do not care. Not in a toxic way like, oh, fuck you, I'm gonna have a nasty attitude. And no, we're not talking about that. That is not cute and that's not healthy. What I'm talking about is that you are in your own personal integrity and that you understand your purpose, your mission. You understand that these things that happen to you were all working out in your favor, and then you could just let go of other people's opinions, whether they're good or bad. You can let them go. And we can shift from control and trying to control everything in our life to trust, right? Because step number one, everything's working out in your favor. So we're in this state of trust and we could let things go. And good journaling prompts for, like, I often, because control is so, sometimes we don't even know. Some of it is unconscious and subconscious. So sometimes I ask my clients to journal about this and ask, like, where do I feel like I'm trying to force something? Just look, where do you think that you're trying to force something? Where is that desperate survival, like needy type of energy? Where is it? Just be really honest with yourself. And it's like, okay, that's where I need to let go of control. That's where I'm not trusting. That's where I don't have the self-worth to think that everything will work out perfectly and that the universe is always providing for me and that I'm always provided for. That's where it is. So journal that, really look inward and be honest with yourself, because when you are, then you can release it and let it go. And then the last thing is to call back. No, there's two more things. The second to last thing is to call back your energy. So what I mean by that is that often, and this is like subconscious programs that are running in the background. So often you're like, okay, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to just leave the outcome alone. But then you're thinking about it, or you're thinking about that person or place or thing or that past situation where you felt like a victim or someone. So we're going to let that go. We're just going to, and all you have to do is catch yourself, do a little pattern disruption. You could clap, you could snap a, thing on your wrist. You can jump up and down. You can like pat yourself, anything. I want a positive pattern disruption where you're like, okay, I'm not giving that person, place, situation, that fear, that anxiety, my energy. I'm not going to do that anymore. I made that decision to not do that. And I'm going to stay in my integrity with that commitment I made to myself. I'm not going to do that. But it's okay if you have to remind yourself again and again. You're creating that new neural pathway of someone that is unbothered because you know that everything is working out for you. So you're going to call back your energy. Also, if you know about cord cutting, so sometimes we have these cords or energy attachments to other people, and you could decide, just imagine like you're cutting a cord. That's literally, you could Google it. It's a real thing. You cord cut with someone like, I no longer have this energy. It's kind of like a spiritual umbilical cord, and you cut the cord and you pull all of your energy back to you. And you say, I am no longer giving my energy towards you. So even, because sometimes we're thinking about someone because they're thinking about us. So it's like, I'm not going to do this because this energy, this situation isn't for my highest good. It's draining me. It's not serving me in a good way. So I'm going to call all of my energy back to me. So you don't get any of my energy in the form of any type of attention, communication, but even on an energetic and psychic level, you're not getting any of my energy. And then after that, after you call all of your energy back, and you call back from people that you know you're giving your energy to or that are trying to siphon it from you, and people that you might not be aware of, you call all of it back, and you put like a gold bubble around you of protection, and then you just say, stay grateful. Like, I am grateful that I'm calling all of my energy back. And the other thing, this is the last thing, and I'll go over all of the things in case you're joining later in terms of the steps of mastering the law of detachment. The last thing is to think about this or better. So if you have a situation, so let's say you're stressed out about getting a job and you're going on all these interviews and or you're in a current job and it's okay, but this or better. If you're dating and you're like, first of all, get out of the desperate energy, have fun, know that your person is on their way. But in the meantime, it's like this or better. I'm going to have fun. Okay, universe, this is what I'm calling in, that I'm making space for in a very relaxed way. I'm holding space for this, but this or better. This or better. That's everything in life. Everything is like, okay, I get to have this or better. I get to have this income and better. Okay? So those are the only options, this right now or better. But we're always thinking about our life and everything from a state of thriving. And always remind yourself that when you are feeling overly attached to something, like overly attached to an outcome or anything is negatively, giving you anxiety, it's like, okay, I am in a survival state right now and I choose to not be. Just create some positive pattern disruption right there. And I choose to not be in this survival state right now. I'm going to switch to thriving, which is peace, relaxation, love, gratitude for everything. Oh my God, I'm so grateful that this wonderful shirt I have on feels so good. I'm so grateful for this calm, peaceful night. Whatever it is, there are always things to be grateful for. Whatever. If you're worried about money, like, be grateful for the money that you do have and then the money that's coming. And one of the best techniques, this is more of a law of resonance thing, but it's like whatever you're manifesting, whatever you're creating, whatever you're pulling into the 3D, you want to be grateful for it already and in a relaxed, happy, peaceful state. So again, going over all of the things for the law of detachment, the principles for mastering the law of detachment, I couldn't think of the word, is remembering that everything is working out in your favor and allowing yourself to be in a relaxed, peaceful, calm, and grateful state, knowing that everything is working out in your favor, okay? And being grateful for every challenge, every annoying person, everything, because everything is working out in your favor. That's number one. And number two is knowing that you can make the internal shift, you can shift your self-concept, you can shift your identity, and therefore regulate your nervous system because you are someone that's relaxed and at peace because everything is working out in your favor. And again, you're holding whatever you want, you're holding it like this. Like, think of it like sand. So if you hold it like this, you have space for more of it. You're creating space for more of it. If you clench, you're going to make all the sand go away. I know it's counterintuitive. It's like, oh, if I hold on really tight. No, you're not making space for it. So we're just open palm, so grateful, at peace. And that like attracts like. So if you're in this calm state, okay, let's say it's to have health and wealth. It's like, okay, well, I'm a relaxed person and I take great care of my health and, I have X amount in my bank account and that feels so amazing instead of stressing out about it. So obviously the energy of relaxed, peaceful gratitude is going to create and pull in. It's way more attractive to that. And then the third one is commit to the not chasing and desperate energy. Think of yourself as someone that's thriving. You're not in survival mode with the anxiety, desperation, like the thing I said about the raccoon in the trash looking for something. No, we don't do that, okay? We are allowing the highest and best things to come into us in a completely relaxed, peaceful, grateful flow state. I keep emphasizing gratitude because it's so wonderful and important. Okay, and then the next one is let go of illusion of control. We're not because that's a very clenched energy. So we're letting go of the illusion of control and shifting from control to trust. Again, if you're doing principle number one and knowing that everything is working out for you, then we're in a trust state, we're in a flow state, we're taking inspired action, and we're in a calm, regulated state. The amygdala, we're not operating from our amygdala where all the fear is, right? All the fear, past trauma. We're not reliving past traumas and past anxieties and all these patterns from the past that give us, anxiety and no. So we're operating from thriving and creating what we want in the moment and our future. And then we're calling back our energy. So anything, and this could be like a past event. This could be some trauma that you've held on to for a really long time. And I totally understand that. But the point is that if we're going to keep living with the past, then we can't really create the future. There's no space for it. So what we want to do is completely let go. And we make the decision, we decide that we are no longer giving our energy to these people, places, and things that are draining our energy or that don't positively contribute to our evolution and well-being. So you let them go, you cut the cords, you can imagine cutting the cords, pull your energy back in, put a golden bubble of protection around you, and just know and trust that you're being taken care of, and just say thank you for, especially if it's like with a toxic relationship, thank you for the lessons I learned. Thank you for teaching me what true love is and what I want, need, and deserve out of a relationship. Thank you for that experience. I don't need you in my experience anymore. Thank you. And so also, so we don't repeat those patterns again. And oh, I forgot to mention this, but part of calling your energy back is taking care of yourself and putting yourself first. I do a lot of content about putting yourself first. When you put yourself first and you prioritize self-care through boundaries and everything else, boundaries are very important, because if you don't have boundaries, you will immediately compromise your self-care. So we have the boundaries. Like, everyone knows that I am a person. I wake up, I don't check my phone the first thing. I do my thing. I like to meditate and work out, then I'll get to you. But I put myself first in that way. That's just what I do. And I do other things to put myself first on a daily and weekly basis. And that helps me contribute to society more and live out my purpose more and have a very meaningful and gratifying life, because I put myself first. So by putting myself first, I can make everyone around me better. You must put yourself first. This is part of calling your energy back, because I know a lot of you have not done that, and that is what's draining you and why you can't get in this detached state, because you're still allowing people to pull at you. So we put ourselves first and detach from other people's expectations and needs that have nothing to do with us. And by the way, when you do that, because I know if some of you are in this dynamic, you're being guilted and shamed, whether it's like a cultural thing or you feel like you have to because you're their mom or sister or cousin, whatever. When you let go of that and allow people to take care of themselves in healthy ways, you will make them better too. You'll get all your energy back and you won't be drained, and you'll be a better person. And then you will help them be, because you're not enabling them anymore, because you're putting yourself first and you have good, solid, healthy boundaries. Remember, boundaries are not a wall. They're not a wall. They're a door. They're a door that helps you open your heart. They're a door that helps make space for positive, amazing things in your life. But not having boundaries, you're just going to get bulldozed and really fry your nervous system. So that too. And then the last one is this or better. Okay. So anything that's going on, if you're someone like, oh, I can't get what no. You're always your evolution. Remember, because step one is everything's always working out for you. So you're always positively evolving, even when it doesn't look like it. That just means you have a lesson that's helping you get better. And then, so this or better. My nervous system is fried right now. Well, I'm glad you're on this live. I'm sorry to hear that. And so when your nervous system is fried, here's what you need to do. First is breathe deeply. I promise you, if your nervous system is fried, you're either not breathing or you're breathing really shallowly. So breathing, there's all these like, oh, buy this course. No. Okay, you have to breathe anyway. So you might as well do it in a way that positively serves you and regulates your nervous system and lowers your cortisol levels. So I need you to do like box breathing. Just do that one. It's inhale for 3 to 4 seconds, hold for 3 to 4 seconds, exhale for 3 or 4 seconds, like hold again. And you imagine a box while you're doing that. So your attention and breath are completely on one thing. You can do that for a minute and you will regulate your nervous system so much just doing that. And then another thing I do, bring your shoulders down. Drop your shoulders because they're probably near your ears. Drop them down. And then do these steps that we talked about. I'll post this later on my YouTube channel. I'll post this entire live on my YouTube channel. Should I text him? I don't know what they're... But you know what? I don't even need any reference for this, because I know that if you're like, should I text him? That's a hard no. It's a hard no, because first of all, should I text him? So like that's a desperate, like what I was saying in one of the steps, you want to get out of the chasing, desperate, wandering, anxiety energy, because that's not, oh, thank you. That's not what you came here to. You didn't come here to live in an anxious, desperate type of state. You didn't do that. I promise you that thank you for the gifts. I love them. Whatever your higher power, like whatever you call God, did not send you here to be in a desperate, anxious state where you're in some type of relationship where you're wondering if you should text him? No, you shouldn't. You get to be texted. You get to be in a safe, secure situation. I just needed to do both, breathe and shoulders. Yes, we want to relax the shoulders. And then also another thing, and I especially like to do this before bed, is like do a body scan and go as slow as you want, like all the muscles on my forehead and my eyelids, and you just do a total muscle scan. The muscles in the back of your neck and in your skull, all the way down, like every single part. And then you imagine like a white light or whatever healing, pretty energy looks like to you, and it's just like flushing away any anxiety, any worry. You're surrendering that. I also do that one in the shower, like I'm surrendering anything, any negative energy, anything that's not mine, all of that, I'm leaving it alone. Do you mind explaining the box breath? Absolutely, I'll explain it again. So box breathing, it's something the Navy SEALs do. It's the most popular breathing technique because it immediately lowers your cortisol levels. And Navy SEALs use it to be in the most stressful situations and stay calm and super like laser focused. So what it is you take a big inhale. And as you're inhaling, you want to inhale for at least like 3 or 4 seconds, like 5 to 8 seconds if you can. So it's a really slow inhale. And as you're inhaling, you imagine a line going up. And then it stops. And then you hold your breath for 3 to 4 seconds. And then as you exhale as slow as you can. And you imagine that line going across. And then you hold for 3 or 4 seconds. And then as you inhale again, you imagine the line going down. So this line in your imagination is forming a box. And the point is to have your attention focused on that while you're breathing super slow in and out and holding your breath just for a few seconds in between breaths. And that really brings down your cortisol levels and regulates your nervous system like super fast, super fast. You know, like the drug industry, it's like, oh, you need this and this mess. You just need to breathe properly. Like this is old ass ancient wisdom that we've known about for a long time, but our drug industry came in and it's like, oh, forget all that, take this medicine and it'll have these side effects, and then take more medicine, it'll have more side effects, and then eat this shitty food. You know what I mean? And so you all, like, your mind is so powerful, but you are so powerful. And a lot of us like forget how fucking powerful we are. You are so powerful. And so just knowing that breathing like that will help. And then if you need more energy, then you could do lion's breath, which is like breathing in really deeply and then going like pushing out, but through your abdomen. You want to push all the air out, and you like push your abdomen towards your spine real fast. Tony Robbins does this one in like all of his seminars and stuff, but you go so that's called lion's breath. Again, it's ancient wisdom from thousands of years ago. But box breathing, it helps regulate, slow down, relaxes you, helps you be laser focused or fall asleep. And then the lion's breath is for energizing. You could do that while you jump up and down, things like that. I don't even take ibuprofen, 3 natural. Wow. Nice. That's gangster. I love that. I love how natural, like, yes. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad that you get that. Like, stay away from all that stuff, any type of numbing. I'm just looking back to see if there's any other, any other comments. Yeah. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. I'm just scrolling to make sure that I didn't miss anything. And again, I will post this on my YouTube channel, and it's Mental Health Hacker. So please, subscribe to that so you stay updated. That is where I post the most. So when I do a live here, I'll post snippets of it, but I'll post the whole thing there, and then plus like little, shorter videos of it. But if you guys don't have any other questions, I'll wrap it up. But know that I am just, rooting for you. I want to see everyone win. Like, anyone that follows me, any of my students or clients, anyone I engage with, Sandra, Ocean Angel, like, I want to see you win, and you will, every day I'm like, okay, anyone that sees my content, like, or anything, I just want the highest and best for them. And so, If you ever have any questions about anything, if there's a specific video or live that you want me to make like a subject on, I was just driving and I was like, oh, the detachment, because I'm just feeling like there's a lot of like attachments to things that shouldn't be. It's like, let's detach from it all. Okay. And then even putting that command out there, like, I detach from anything at all that is not serving me in the highest and best way. So even energy that you don't know about must go from that, you know, because you want to clear your space energetically and all of those things. But be ready to let go of things that maybe you're still clinging to. And again, just because I love you and I'm protective of you, like if you are in a situation, in any situation where you feel this desperate anxiety, whether it's your work or a relationship or anything that's making you feel that way, no, we're releasing that. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult, but we're going to let that go. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for joining. And I'll be on here. I go live at least once a week, but see you soon. Love you guys so much. Mwah.